purpose of recording is so that you can easily, revisit all of the things that we've gone through, so you can easily try to run through everything and then study through all of it. So for the sake of those of us that are not so familiar with the word Jira in any way, or maybe product management or project management, Atlassian, any kind of technical tools like that. So I would try to make sure that I don't go a lot technical today. So maybe in another class I can, but today is just going to be strictly for everybody, both tech people and non-tech people. So you could use the chat section to communicate with me if you want to maybe ask a question, or if you can't hear me, you let me know. If you can't hear me, if you can't see things, or maybe you're confused about something, if you want to make any inquiry in any way, you can use the chat section. So lastly, before I start fully, please let's us ensure that we mute all of our mics if we are not talking, so we can easily hear each other. And like I said earlier, if you have questions, you can always use the chat section. Okay, someone asked a question, are we getting the slides from the class? Definitely you are getting the slide. I will convert the slide to PDF, and then I will send the recordings and then the slide in the PDF format to the group. Okay, so I guess we can start. So for the sake of those that are going to come in, thank God the class is recorded, they can easily jump in and join us. So let's start. What is Jira? So I don't know, some of us would have heard or come across the tool, or maybe seen it in an advert in any way. I'm very sure since I started using Jira, I've been seeing a lot of advertisements on and on, jumping around on my screen every now and then. So and that is one advanced tool of marketing. Yeah, I think something is wrong somewhere here. The slide is not coming through completely. Yeah, I guess it should be better now. Interesting. So I know some of us would have heard about it or maybe seen it somewhere. For majority of us who are into product management, business analysis in any way, we are seen or heard about Jira. Jira is a tool developed by an Australian company called Atlassian. It is used for bug tracking, issue tracking, and project management. So you see, all of that are the technical part of it. I already said I would be careful not to talk about anything technical. So I have a perfect section in my slide that will fully explain what and why we are using Jira. So Jira is, like I said, is used for bug tracking, issue tracking, and project management. I'm sure some years back, many of us would have come across project management. Project management at some point was an amazing tool that almost everybody wanted to like jump on it. And then even it got to some point where people started taking certifications on project management. So regardless of whether you have an experience in it or not, but provided you have a certification, then boom, you are a professional project manager, and which makes it even much more, advanced. So now imagine the entire job of a project manager being simplified into just one particular tool called Jira. So Jira is actually inherited from the Japanese word Gojira. I think I pronounced it very well, which means Godzilla. The basic use of this tool is to track issues and bugs related to your software and mobile apps. It is also used for project management. The Jira dashboard consists of many useful functions and features which make handling of issues easy. So when we talk about issues, we talk about problems, we talk about challenges. Now, the truth behind Jira is mostly used in the tech company, in the tech organization, the tech firms, and we have different sections of tech. You know, a few years ago, when you hear the word tech, the next thing that comes to everyone's mind is programming, and they will feel like, yeah, it's complex. But now it's completely different. When you hear tech now, it consists of a lot of things. We have the business section of it, we have the design section of it. Yeah, of course, the programming section of it is still there, it's still very much alive. And we have the operations section of it, we have the marketing section of it, we have the management section of it, all of this still in the tech sector. So just for the sake of managing of large project, large amount of software, large and robust tools, that is why we have so many advanced tools just to help us take care of and execute all of these things. So it's not as if these tools actually do the entire job for us. No, it only make the entire development process very, very, very easy. Now, I have an amazing section in my slide here that is a little bit non-technical. So as we all know now that Jira is a software tool that helps teams manage and track their work. So now imagine you have a big project, like you want to build a house. There are many tasks that needs to be done. So that is, designing the floor. Even before you get to designing the floor, you need to, and the architect need to come in place. And you need to think about the foundation. There are a lot of activities that you need to look into. So Jira helps you organize and keep track of all of these things. So now, is it what we do when we want to build a software? Many of us who, in one way or the other, would have heard about how the software developers and engineers work, the way they work. When a client has given us a project work, the next thing is, we do a few negotiations, and then we try to understand what the client wants. And then after that, we just move on into developing the project. We can be like, okay, the project is going to take 3 months. And then some people will just go quiet and they just keep giving the client an update once in a while. Like, okay, yeah, your job is ongoing there, until after 3 months. And then you get the exact thing that you want. And then they start reviewing, they could review for months again. That is, then before you know it, it's already taking a longer time than usual. So now, instead of having to go through that concept, looking at the example that I just made here, if you want to build a house, there are a lot of activities that takes place. There are a lot of tasks that need to be done. There are a lot of things that you need to take care of when you want to build a house. So now, imagine when you have to sit down now, make a list of everything that you need to do from the very beginning to the end. You need to itemize every one of those activities from the very beginning till the end. By the moment you are able to, make a list of everything, even while making a list of it, you tend to begin to, remember some few things. Well, I didn't actually have this. Oh, this was supposed to be there. Just look at a situation where you want to go for shopping. The best way to do it is to actually look through your list. You need to make a list, try to identify what you want to do, so that you can easily get through with everything. Because truth, we all know it. If you go to the market if you go for a shopping without making a list, number one, you would overspend. That's very sure. I don't know if we have people who go shopping without making a list and you don't overspend. Oh, you are a boss, because I would definitely overspend, especially when I'm using the ATM card. If I'm not paying in cash, if I'm paying in cash, I'm always using my phone to do several calculations. But if I'm paying with the card, oh my God, I'm definitely going to overspend. But when you have a list, you can easily keep track of a whole lot of things. So by the time you start making a list, look at it as like you're creating a to-do list to do something. You want to quickly execute few things. You want to quickly, create something. Then you now have to the moment you start making the list one after the other, then you take your time. Okay, what else do I have to do? Now, what makes Jira very, very useful in the tech world is, number one, it helps with collaboration. Because if you are building a project or you're solving any problem, it's not just only you. You need to bring in people together. So now imagine where you have more than 2, 3, 4, 5 people in one team, you guys can easily communicate and trying to focus on breaking down the entire task. This is the software you want to build. You need to do a breakdown. You need to break everything into simpler issues. You need to break everything down into simpler tasks. So now I'm still talking about the tax section. Now, while building the entire project or while actually doing the things that you need to do, there are some little challenges that you just, come across from nowhere. When you come across such challenges, how do you actually handle it without it affecting the other activities? So those are some of the advantages of why and the reason for Jira. So please, if you have any question, can always drop it in the comment section. I'll be happy to respond. Okay, so the next thing in our slide is, let's use the comment section. Let me know if you fall into any of this category, if you've used Jira or Confluence before. Don't worry, I would briefly talk about Confluence. So today's class is not really for Confluence, it's for Jira, but Confluence is also owned by Atlassian, likewise Trello, and then few other softwares like that. So just like Meta, that's Facebook. Meta owns Facebook, they own Instagram, they own WhatsApp. So Atlassian own all of those tools. And interesting thing is all those tools, they work hand in hand. So drop in the comment section, have you used Jira or Confluence before? Okay, someone said no. Great. Okay, I like that. No, okay, great. So you are tired of, you're tired of searching your inbox for a lost email, or maybe you have a duplicated work that your colleague had already done, or you have an ever-growing to-do list. Yeah, there are a lot of us that have so many long to-do lists and we just couldn't. Okay. Oh, great. I have someone who is familiar with Jira and Confluence. Aha, that's amazing. So if I'm lying and saying things about Jira, you would be my judge. So do you also like pizza? Because I'll be using pizza to explain the reason why Jira is so important. Now, spoiler alert, today it's Jira. Tomorrow, another software can come out from nowhere that can be, amazingly, that can be so much better than Jira. And then we'll be forced to jump into it, So all of these things are always very, 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 very challenging. And one thing about being a skilled tech person is the moment you're familiar with one particular skill or any tool in any way, it becomes very easy for you to diverse into another tool entirely. So even if there's going to be another tool that will be way better than Jira, they would still do exactly what Jira would be doing, but in a very simpler, easy way. And companies will just start switching. But the fact that you're very, very proficient, you're an expert on Jira, it becomes very easy for you to get familiar with everything. So that is why this class is very, 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 very important. Once you're familiar with this tool, it becomes very easy to quickly switch to any other tool. So before I move to my next slide, I just want to give us a reminder. Just a quick reminder, don't forget Jira is a software tool that helps teams manage and track their work. Imagine if you have a big project where you have to build things. So just when you hear Jira, just think about, I'm trying to break down this idea or this particular thing that I'm trying to build upon, this thing I'm trying to solve. I'm trying to break them down into simpler unit in a very, very simpler way that makes it very, very easy for me. So when you hear of Jira, that is what should come to your mind. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. So this is going to be our entire roadmap, and these are the things that I will be talking about. So I will talk about the tool itself, just like I've explained. So why we use the Atlassian tools and how we use them day to day, and few advice for us. So this is the entire activities that I'll be talking to us about. So which means after today, possibly next week, we are going to have another session, which is going to be more of, deep practical approach of the Jira tool. So which would somehow take me towards having to talk about some other terminologies. And like I said, I would not talk about terminologies. I won't mention Scrum. I won't mention Confluence. I'll try not to mention those tools. So there are some other tools that I'll try not to mention. Agile methodology, I'll be careful not to say anything like that. So in the next class, I would introduce all of that. So today is just Jira. Okay, so like I said, I was asking if you know of a pizza, if you like pizza, or you have. I haven't tasted pizza in a while, honestly. I should really look into it. Yeah, someone dropped a chat. Okay, is Jira free for individuals? Yeah, Jira has a free plan. They have a free plan, but of course, any tool that has a free plan, they would definitely have a premium plan, and the free plan will be limited. So Jira has a free plan. Don't worry, I'll open up Jira platform first. I'll create the profile so we can just go through everything. So they have a free plan that you could easily use personally for yourself. So, and if you have a team, you can easily as well use Jira freely however you want. So I want to use pizza to explain just few things about this. Okay, now imagine you run a pizzeria. What happens when a customer orders a pizza? How do you communicate the status of the pizza to your customer? So now when we talk about communicating the status of the pizza, now see it as a client gave you a project work to do. Now you've been able to negotiate the deals. You've already have an idea how much it will cost, and the negotiation has been sealed, the deal has been sealed, and then the time frame, the deadline, everything has been determined. So what happens next. So you need to communicate every activity from the very beginning to the end. Another example is when you try to shop online, you can easily track your activities. Has your order been shipped? Or let's even start from, has your order been placed? Has it been shipped? Then, you just have to easily track every other activity. So I'm going to use pizza to do a few examples to help us fully understand what Jira is. So how do you communicate the status of the pizza to your customer? So this is our category. This is our first slide. So our pizza story. So the first thing, so look at the options that we have here. We have the order place, we have the prepping, we have the baking, then we have the boxing, then out for delivery, then deliver. So this is literally how we would communicate the progress of the pizza delivery. Someone already ordered, then we just went ahead to do the necessary thing. So after this stage, something happens next, and then it moves into baking. So this way, a customer can easily, or even the client can easily monitor their delivery, their order rather. So they can easily monitor their order from the very beginning when the order was placed, then it moves on to the prepping, then down to baking, then it goes to boxing, then it moves out for delivery, and then it gets delivered. So this way, for every order that comes in, it follows through that process on and on. Now, 2 orders has been placed at the same time. Now they have to start carrying and, so trying to deliver everything, everything moves on. So now we're trying to imagine it's just one mini oven we're trying to use. So we have to run everything one after the other. So everything keeps going on and on. So we move on. And so now at this point, you can see if you look at the section where we have if you look at the out for delivery, it's exactly similar to the first pizza delivery whose order was successfully delivered. So if you look at that, is this one here is a certain flavor. Now the one in the box section looks different, while the one in the baking section looks different. Now the one under the out for delivery, it's the full package. Now, there's something missing in the box, the one in the box section, and there's something missing in the one in the bacon section. So which simply means there are already issues. So which means they're already running out of products. They're already running out of the things that they need to fuel up the entire order. And now there's already issues. But what happens when the customer keeps, you tell the customer it's going to take 10 minutes. And now at this point, it's going to start going through, it's going to get very delayed. It will become delayed. There'll be several delays. And then the customer, as a customer, you tend to wonder what is going on. So, we need to really easily find a way to communicate the issue with the customer. But if we continue to follow through with this process, people wouldn't know because we could not communicate what was going on, and then we'll continue to receive more orders. Now, our customers will start wondering what exactly is going on. What did I order for? What did you give me? Now, that is because it was very, very, very difficult. Number one, it was very, very difficult to manage the entire order process. The order keeps coming in, and there were, number one, a very limited numbers of people that are trying to process the order. That is number one, very limited people trying to process the order. Number two, they run out of the ingredients needed to process the pizza, and that is why they are sending out all of these issues. Now, they have over 4 orders that has not been attended to yet, which becomes very, 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 a little bit challenging. So now, to the customer, this is what the customer will definitely see. They will get stuck at the bake section, which is section 3. They get stuck there, and then they will just be like, what exactly is going on? Your order is still in the oven. And they keep, so here at this point now, there is already an issue. So now let's look at this in a software way. No, let's not go through software way. Let's go into the building way. Now we want to build a house. Little challenges, or maybe they decided not to buy blocks. They decided to make blocks, and unfortunately, it rained. June rain, very heavy, and a lot of things happen. Challenges, something already happened. Now we need to communicate this, that this is what the customer would see, and this can actually stay for a very long time, and customers tend to lose patience. So we need to communicate all of this. So the moment we start to have issues like this, we call it backlog in Jira. Now, basically in software, we call it backlog. So we need to move all of those things into backlog and then try to break them into simpler units. Let me take yours back to this part. So the first, this pizza here, right here under the delivery, this delivered section, the one here with this my oga here is successful. I think he should be on his way. So while the one on the delivery, something is wrong with it. So we need to now start taking them one after the other. What is going on? Why is there a delay? Then we start to now find a way to resolve the issue one after the other. Why? Because we cannot come here and close our order place section and tell them we can't deliver. No, we have to continue to collect the order because they are going to keep coming in. So before I proceed with this little pizza explanation, do we have a full, okay, let me not say full, do we have like a 10 to 20% understanding of what Jira is? Okay, on the scale of 1 to 5, how well do you now understand the tool? I'm still going to explain further, but I want to know, can you drop me a chat and use the chat section? How well on a scale? 4. Okay, 4 is great. Anyone else? 4 is great. Anyone else? How well do you understand it? How well do you understand it? Now, Jira is not just for, how do I say it? It's not just for technical people. 4, okay. Another person said 4, another person said 3. Okay, that's great. That's great. That's great. So, like I said, Jira is not just 2. Someone said 2. Okay, we're getting there. 4. Okay, that's great. That's great. So now, like I was saying, that Jira is not just for technical people alone. If you run any business, provided you actually solve a problem. Because for every problem out there, there are ways at which we could actually, take our time. What exactly is going on? Sometimes all these motivational speaker, when they want to talk about problem solving, they'll be like, identify the problem first. When you identify the problem, and determine, so you need to take your time, look through everything one after the other. So you need to really place them now. So what are these tools? Okay, someone is asking a question. Okay, someone said, so basically you're saying Jira is used to mainly track and watch process stage by stage. Yeah, I would say yes to that, but not mainly, because that is not just what Jira does. But Jira definitely would track everything stage by stage. So that way we can easily communicate what is going on to everyone involved in that project that you're trying to build. Okay, so someone said, I don't get the relationship, but I entered the class. Oh, okay, no problem, no problem. We would still catch up. We'll catch up. Okay, so I would go on and explain further. Go on and explain further. So I want to talk about this actual tool. So what are these tools? So if you look at the explanation I made about the whole pizza process, so this is exactly how our Jira dashboard always look like. We have the to-do section, we have the in progress, and then we have the done section. So to-do section, what are the orders that we need to bring in? In progress, what are the ones that are actually being prepared and done? What are the ones that needs to be that have been taken care of, that are already completed? So now, if you remember in the pizza explanation, there were some sections where we have incomplete pizza, where there were several issues, and it becomes very, 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 complex. It becomes very complex and challenging. Those ones, like I said, they fall into backlog. I'm going to show us backlog in the Jira section. Okay, someone said that someone said the process is similar to Trello. Then yes, the process is similar to Trello. So now, when I was talking about project management initially, most project managers use Trello. Then they use Trello to take care of a lot of their activities. But now when Jira came, Jira was able to use, I don't want to talk about agile, so don't let me go there. So Jira was able to, find a way to extensively break down the issues in a way that it's going to be very, 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 very easy to handle. So Jira has some advanced tools, way better than Trello. So now what Atlassian now did eventually was to now acquire Jira. They acquired Trello rather. So those who own Jira, they acquired Trello. So just for the sake of, it's just like you're trying to acquire your competitor, because you know that they are doing exactly what you are doing. But Jira has already beaten the market, but they don't want Trello to continue to, fly around. Say they just bring them in. I know Jira does the Scrum activity. In the next class, I will talk about the Scrum. I don't want to start scattering everybody's head. Okay, so this is exactly what the whole breaking of tasks looks like. So this is exactly what it looks like. So that this now fully, so at this point, I think we can fully now understand what is going on during the whole pizza process. Look at the to-do section, replace then the order, and then in progress, everything inside the in progress is all about trying to ensure that we're able to prepare our pizza, and then done, has been delivered. So this is how all of the activities moves from the very beginning to the end of it. So that is one amazing thing about Jira. So do we have any question? Let me know if you have any question. So these are the top 3 Jira tools out there. Okay, someone just dropped a chat. I am trying to don't tell what is a status according to the board you displayed. Did I display anything status? I'm not sure I did. I didn't show any. Can you try to make me understand your question a little bit well? So the Jira is our pizza tracker. The Jira service desk is the customer service, and the Confluence is where pizza recipes and guidelines are written and discussed. So at this point now, if you look at this particular section, you can fully picture a software development process in this way. So the Jira is going to be the software tracker that helps us track the progress. So the Jira Dex service is where we can easily give updates to our customers and the clients, the owner of what we are actually trying to process. Then the Confluence is where we document every guidelines, whether it's a design system or whether it's a documentation, basically anything for the purpose of our actual software, that we're trying to build. Okay, so why do we use the Atlassian tools? And I would also touch how we use them day by day. So if you remember, I was talking about the backlog, and then now we have the in progress, we have the third. So for every task that we want to put in, just like I said earlier, they always start from the to-do section. So now our backlog comes in two different sections. I'll do a little practical approach of it. It will come in two different sections. So the purpose of it is by the time a project gets to a task gets to the progress section, and there were a little bit of challenges, it becomes a backlog. So we just try to put them into a backlog. So sometimes some people would prefer to create another section for their backlog, and some people would prefer to actually take it back to the to-do list. I'll do a practical approach of it. This is the dashboard on how Jira itself would look like. So at this point, I would take a pause on our slide and we go into the Jira software. So what I'm going to do is I already have a profile on it. So I'm going to just, start over from the very beginning. I just put in something, and then just try to put us through everything. Okay. So please, if you have any question, let me know. So I'm very sure I'm being a lot careful and making sure that I don't create any issues or any difficulty. Okay, someone asked the question, what is a workflow? Ooh, I deliberately didn't go through that lane. Okay, a workflow, it represents a set of steps or status through which an issue or task progresses from creation to completion. So just as the English word implies, it's just a workflow of how the entire activities is being gone through. So, and the workflow, they consist of the to-do list, the progress, and then done section. Just those three things that I just show us in our slide, and I will also show us in the dashboard section. Sometimes we can have reviews as part of the workflow. Okay, someone said, I don't have any question yet. I do want to say the lesson flow is very clear. Okay, thank you very much. I'm impressed. Okay, so someone says, so Jira is basically to help track progress of work. Okay, I'll say yes to that. Okay, we're going to Atlassian.com. Don't worry, I will send a link to the group. So in case we have people who would want to, maybe you're on your laptop and you want to try this out. Okay, well done, Thosyn. Thank you very much. Okay, so hold on, let me send a link to the group. So in case we have people who want to create a profile. So please, the profile creation is a little bit very important. So I'll tell us why. It's quite not even, I won't say complex, it's just confusing because you need to create a profile on Atlassian first before you can actually then create a profile on Jira. So it's just like a two different profile creation, but in different ways. So please let's just follow through. I've dropped a link to this. Okay, a few minutes, please. Okay, okay, someone said learning a lot, so that's impressive. It's impressive. Okay, so I already dropped the link in case you want to try out atlassian.com/software/Jira. So let's open it up. It's going to show me my direct profile, which makes it very easy for me. So what I will do is I would log out, and then I have another Gmail account that I could use to run this. Yeah. Okay, someone is asking, so is it two profiles? Yeah, let's say two profiles, but in two different sections. Okay, someone is just joining us. No problem, you can still catch up, and our classes is recorded. And don't worry, before we end the class, I'm going to entertain a lot of questions. We'll try to finish the class around 7:30 so that we can entertain a lot of questions so that I can do few reviews on everything that we talked about. Okay, so this is the Jira dashboard. Like I said, you need to create a profile twice. So let me log out, and then I would run through the process again. So we would not be able to finish up with the entire Jira thing today. So next week Sunday we would run through. Next week Sunday we would do another Jira session, which is going to be more of the practical approach. So now this is Atlassian dashboard. This is Atlassian dashboard. You can see it. So you can check okay, let me also drop the link to the chat section as well on Zoom. I dropped the link already into our WhatsApp group. So I'm going to drop it into the Zoom as well. So you could just click, and then so this is Atlassian. So what they did was, if you look at this dashboard here, what they actually did was they created all of their softwares and placed them into their actual dashboard. So if you need to access any of their tools, you need to go through their own site, which is the atlassian.com. So now, there were times whereby we have our softwares on our laptop where you just download them, you go online, you download them. Now everything is already online. Everything is easily undoed. It's very, 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 very interesting. That is where we now start having the SaaS softwares. We have the PaaS, we have different methods and different kinds of softwares, which makes it very amazing. So I don't want to go into SaaS and all of those things yet. So I will not make the whole class complex. But in another session, we are going to talk about all of those softwares category. So to let you understand the magic behind individuals being able to create a profile on the software, use the software online, and then at the same time, someone somewhere keep using that same software, and everything still works simultaneously. So we still need to touch every of those things. That will be in another class. So let's enter Jira. So I would click on the sign in. So this is the first section here. I'll come to the create account just in case because I logged out, that is why I have a sign in section. In case you can't find your sign in, you definitely see okay, so it's okay, I should slow down. I'm very sorry. So in case you don't see the sign in here, can you see where my cursor is at the top right corner? You definitely see a sign up there. So you can click it, or you come here to click on the 30-day trial, but I wouldn't advise to click on 30-day trial. So, because if you click on 30-day trial, you would go through the whole carding process and all. You can skip that part, or you could alternatively come here. So that way it works, but you'd always see the section here. So I'll click this, and then I'll come to create an account. So at this point, I'm sure we all know the benefit of having to log in with any of all these tools. It saves us the stress of running through the registration process. You want to start filling in password, creating this, creating some unique ID and all. It saves us a lot of those processes. So you can always easily use it if you have your Google already connected to this. But for those of us who do not have it, I'm just going to run through it the normal way. Let me confirm the email that I can use. Okay, I found an email. The email is on my phone. This particular email is not on my laptop. I'm going to have to, something can be connected to a Slack account. So yes, definitely, you have a Slack profile. You can easily use your Slack to connect, to create a profile on Jira. So I'm just going to do the manual method using the Gmail. And then let's go in. So now the reason why I'm using this is because number one, the email I use is not on this laptop, it's on my device. So they are going to send me a confirmation on my device. I will need to confirm that before I can actually proceed. So what I'm going to do is I will join the meeting from my device the moment I've been able to create a profile. So I will use my phone and show us the few things that I'm just going to do there. Just a click of, I think you're going to, I'm just going to have to click on 2 different buttons. And then once that is done, I'll come back to the laptop and then access it again. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. You may probably not see this. I don't know why they are showing me this. I'm not a robot. I'm someone. Okay, I would like to practice while teach. Okay, great. This is what I was talking about. So it has been sent and I've received it. So in my mail, I already have the verification. Let's see how I could quickly join the meeting on my phone. So I will just, okay, I'm logged in on the phone. So let me just quickly log out. So for those of us that are trying to practice at the same time, just quickly do this. Let's just quickly do this. So when you get to the stage, so I deliberately want to show us this very, very, very important, because the moment I verify this particular verification you're seeing on the screen, the moment I verify this, it should become very, very challenging. To become a lot challenging before I can actually get what I want. So I would show us how to quickly take care of that. Okay, so I'm trying to join the meeting. The passcode is 490749. Four nine zero seven four nine. Okay, great. Okay, I'm in the meeting. So
recording in progress.
I need to kill the speaker from here. Okay, so I would need to give my device the opportunity to share. So can easily share. I'm coming. Okay, I found the okay. I'm almost there. Okay, great. I think I'm there. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I believe you can all see my device right now. Okay, I'm going to the Gmail. Can you see here? This is the Atlassian here, this first one here. So click on Atlassian. So you can see the verification, then click on verification. And it brings me here to proceed. Now, I created a profile on the laptop. Now I have to do this on the mobile. So now the moment I complete this setup on the mobile, it becomes a little bit very difficult for me to actually complete it on the laptop. So what I would now do is I'll go back on the laptop and then try to log in with the details that I'm about to add to this. So let me just put in name. Yeah. Okay, so let's create a password. It has to be a password I can remember. Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. So sign up. Oh, not again. Why? I really have to do this. Oh, successfully. I'm in. But I've been able to confirm my account and I've been able to, this is my Jira dashboard. So you could see that you could use Jira freely on the mobile browser that is on your phone. Now, alternatively, before I go back to the laptop, you could use Jira on they have an app that you could quickly just use. So you can just check out, it's the same process. So maybe before the end of the class, I'll try to install this as well and then run us through that one. Okay, so I've been able to confirm the account. So the next thing now is I want to go back. Good, I'm back. Let's go back. This is where it gets very serious. Remember, I had completed the account. I completed the account creation. Okay, someone sent me a screenshot of their screen. Yeah, you already got, Mr. J, you already got access to it. If you look at the top right corner of your Atlassian screen, you see an A alphabet in, I think, yellow or orange. So that's your profile. So the next thing is click on Jira software where you have the switch to section. That's your Jira. You've already created a profile on Jira already. That is why you're seeing that. Okay, now I did all the whole entire confirmation on the mobile phone. I need to get rid of this. Normally, in some application, when you refresh this, it takes you back to the initial page. But in this situation, it's completely different. So what I would do is instead of going back, I'll just go back to the same link where I started, atlassian.com/the software and then Jira. But if your email account is on your laptop, You don't need to go through all of this stress. You just create a profile. That is where you remember the sign up section. Just sign up with either Google, Microsoft, or any of those things. So you easily set it up. So I deliberately use that concept so that everyone can easily have access to it. So I'm accessing my accounts now. I've been able to complete the account in the mobile section. So why is it telling me to sign up? I'm not signing up. I'm signing in. Okay. My email is not correct. No, I'm not supposed to click that. I need to actually log in this time because I've been able to create the profile. So my email was not correct. Now I'm in. It was able to find my email. Now, this is account creation number 1. This is where it gets a little bit complex because they want you to be able to, have a unique domain for every. Mr. J, this was where you got confused. So this is the Atlassian dashboard. So if you look at the domain link at the top here, we have the start.atlassian.com. So, and this is where we are going. Now, if you click on try, they would give you access to their premium profile. They give you access to their premium profile. So we don't want to go through premium profile. We'll just go back because if they give you access to the premium profile, it's just limited. And after maybe I think it's 7 to 15 days. After that, it becomes unavailable. Then they'll start sending you bulk of emails to try to come and use the premium, but we only want to use the free section. So let's just go back to this time around to be bringing us back here. But we already created a profile. We've been able to log in, then come to products and click on Jira. Now we are on the Jira dashboard itself. So I could either come to this part here to explore products, to pick Jira directly, or I'll just click get it free. Now I've been able to select, can you see here, you selected Jira software. So this is Confluence, this is the Jira service management. We don't need those ones yet. This is the only tool that we need, project and issue tracking. So just come here. You can see no credit card required. So if we had gone through the free plan, we would probably experience that. So this is the second profile creation that I was talking about. Now we've been able to create a profile on Atlassian. We want to create a profile on Jira itself. Okay, someone said go through that again. Okay, come in. Let me go back again. So after creating my profile on Atlassian, I'll need to come back to the site. I don't want to use their trial section. I just want to access the Atlassian itself. So I'll just reaccess this, then come to the get it free section. And then scroll down here and click on next. Then we have to sign up. Yeah, so before I proceed, someone said, can I ask a question? Kindly unmute me. Okay, without pleasure. Let me see. Can do that. Start manual. I have so many people here. Okay, I've been able to. Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, you can unmute.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Can you hear
You're
me?
welcome, sir. I can hear you clearly.
Okay. When opening up that Jira, you have to choose a project name, project template, and project key. I didn't know if you go through that process.
You mean when you want to open Jira? We haven't gotten to the Jira section yet.
Okay, you haven't gotten to that.
We haven't gotten to the Jira section yet.
Okay, because where we are now is opening which account. Can't you go straight to open Jira
where
without
we
opening the other account?
the screen you are looking at right now is still the Atlassian dashboard. So we're just about to access Jira.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we still open this on our mobile phone?
Of course, definitely. You can open it on your mobile phone. You can easily access Jira on the mobile. I'll still take
Jira
few.
itself.
I will take few before the end of the class. I will take few section on how to access Jira on the mobile app.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I have loads of questions here. Okay, if you don't want to, okay, I'm coming. Let me go back. Okay, I'm going to go through the process again. So I'll be very slow this time around. Okay. To make it easy, so instead of reloading the page like I did then, let's click on the try section. The worst case that could happen is they'll tell us to, want to take advantage of the premium section. So instead of, because the quicker way was to actually go back to the site, the link, and then change the link again. But instead of that, let's just click on this. Can you see where my cursor is? So let's click this. It definitely should take us to Jira without any issue. Oh, interesting. Good. Good. That would have been the best way. Let me go back to it again. Okay, someone asks, is Jira software for team managed projects? It's not just for team managed projects. Individuals could use Jira. Team could use Jira. Companies can use Jira. Before I go into the old Jira dashboard, I will show us few sort of companies that could actually use the Jira. So I'm back to this dashboard again. So you click on Jira software. Then we have this. So I was being careful so that they won't tell us to start adding cards, because Jira charge a certain amount per user. Okay, now I'm on the Jira software itself. So I'm going to click on get it free. And you see, the moment you open to this page, just scroll down, or you could use the get it free at the top here. Can you see my cursor is this is one get it free here, and this is another one here. So just click it, and then you are on this page where it says our cloud products work even better together. And if you look at your right-hand side, you see you selected Jira software. So all you have to do now is scroll down. We don't need to select all this. We don't need them for now. Just scroll down, and then just above no credits required, you see the next button. Just click on next. Then it take you to the second sign up page. So this time around, we're trying to access the Jira itself. So are we on the same page for those of us that are trying to access it? So, it's 7 already, so I want to be able to, take us through. I'm not really teaching the platform, the software itself for now. I just want to put us through everything. So next week, we'll go deep into Jira. We're going to pick an actual problem, then we try to solve it. Okay, someone is not there yet. What could be wrong? Okay, let me go back to it again. So the moment you've been able to, survive and skip through the Atlassian first stage of trying to create a profile on Atlassian, you get to this dashboard. So once you get to the dashboard, can you see where my cursor is? At the left, at the bottom left, click on Jira software. You get to this beautiful page. You get to this beautiful page. Then you can either, can you see where my cursor is? At the top right, you could either click on get it free here, or you click on get it free here. You click on it, it takes you to another section. Okay, someone asked a question. As it is, Atlassian is like the parent company and Jira is one of the products. Exactly. Atlassian is the parent company, Jira is one of the products. Exactly. Just like Meta is a parent company, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, they are the products. So that is exactly how it is. Okay, so I believe we are on the same page. So once you are here, click next. So it brings you to this site section. So the next thing we want to do is we need to, someone asked a question again. After signing into Atlassian, you have to sign into Jira. So this is, you see the screen, this particular screen you're looking at now is the Jira access. You're trying to access Jira this time around. And the only thing we just have to do here is add a site name. And if you look at this, we have atlassian.net here. Can you see here? So we just want to add a name. So I'll just add, the name can be any name at all, anything you want. It's just like you're trying to create a profile on Instagram. So you need a username, something of that nature. So just say if it's showing you green like this, it means the name has been approved. Sometimes you can experience situations whereby I think let me try this. I've used this one before. So it's going to give me this red. Can you see? This site is already taken. So you can create this however you want. So you see this particular name that I just created here now, it becomes my ID. Just like when you create a profile on Instagram, you have a unique ID, instagram.com/your username. That is exactly how it works here as well. So every activities that you do on Jira, you could easily share anybody the link so they can easily access it. I'll show us few activities there. If someone asks a question, would you have to go back to Atlassian to see that user you created? No, you don't have to go back to Atlassian. So once you've been able to successfully create the profile from this angle, that is all. So the next time you're accessing Jira again, you'll be accessing your profile directly. So let's click on agree. It would create, this might take just, I think less than a minute or maximum a minute. So now this pop-up you have here, it's optional. You can either pick anything you want or you just come here to skip it. So it doesn't matter. You can skip it, you can move it however you want. So when I actually did not add work email, I had already created a profile on Atlassian. So the email I created is what is being used to create my profile for me now. So I'm going to skip all of this because of our time. I still want to show us how to access Jira on the phone. So let's just, you can pick it. They are optional, So sorry, so. Our Jira is almost ready. Okay, we are on the Jira. So now select a template for your first project. And see we have different templates. We have business, we have the Kanban, we have the Scrum. So we have 3 different options. So, I haven't actually put us through the differences between these 3. So I'm going to talk about them in a different class, maybe in the next class. So this class is just to put us through what Jira itself is. So we are going to click this first one. You can see it says popular. So the Kanban template is what we are going to pick, and it has already helped us click it by default. So that is exactly what we are going to be using. So just slide through. So once you get to this point, just slide through here. You see this next button here, just click it. Then it takes us to our dashboard. Now we are in the Jira board. Do we have anybody that experienced any challenges to get to this stage? How many of us were able to get to this stage? So I need this, I'll explore myself. Or do we have anybody who experienced challenges? Okay. Someone said I have, like, do you have any challenges? Let me know. Just drop me a message. Let me know. So we can, the Kanban framework, the first one, the first template you see there, just pick it. Okay, no challenges. That's impressive. Great. So you can see how easy it is to handle, to create a profile on Jira. Very easy, no stress. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to get there. If you want to create a new project, when you click on, I just want to come back here. This is where I'm trying to go. So, okay, so this is our dashboard. Yours is saying softboard. I will need to see screenshots. Can you do me a screenshot? Just do a screenshot and then send it. Okay, someone said mine is showing me the page where you have projects, filters, dashboard. That is exactly the page you are right now. That's the page I'm also showing. Mine is showing a different screen. Can you do me a screenshot? Can you do me a screenshot? Just do me a screenshot. Either send it to WhatsApp or you send it to the group section here. Okay, I got to this stage, but didn't see all the long process. Oh, great. Since you didn't see it, lucky you. Lucky you. You only get to create a profile once. So once you created it, you're good to go. You're good to go. So, okay, so I want to come. Can you see this project section here? So can we all look at the screen, please? So look at this project section here. I'm going to click on this, then I'll come to create projects. So let me go back to that again. Look at this project section here. Can you see? And click on create project. You get this pop-up. Now, this was the template that we clicked. So the Kanban framework is just to help us track the progress of our work. A Scrum is another template entirely. The bug tracking is another template entirely. So I was talking about the different set of organizations, different set of people that use Jira. Now, the particular templates we are using are being used by the software developers. So it's using the software development team. Now, this is, if you look at the left-hand side where we have project templates, we have service management. We have IT service, we have general services, we have the general service for IT, general service for business, we have customer service, we have HR, we have the finance, we have the facilities, we have the marketing. So we have a lot. Look at analytics, we have legal. So you can see that Jira is not something that we can finish in one sitting. So it's a long process. So if you come back to this project template, look at the work management. This is another category of people that could use it. We have product management, product discovery. We have a template for marketers. We have for human resources. We have for finance. We have for design. We have for personnel. So if this is basically for anybody, this task tracking would do exactly what we want to do, like with the dashboard that we have. So for an individual, this is what we are going to be using. So once we start doing practical, we would not go through the software. So for the reason why we would want to touch the software development is for the sake of learning Scrum and then understanding a few things about bug tracking. So in case you decide to, master Jira, or you want to take a certification in product management or project management, or even business analysis or any technical part of the tech world, so you may need to work as a team. So if you're working as a team, you need to understand all of this template. But for the sake of our classes, we would only work in the personnel section where we would fully understand how to use Jira for our own use. So here you can see we have for operations, we have for the legal, we have for sales, we have for, so you can just try, run around it, play around it, just see how it works. So let's go back to the software development and then the Kanban framework. So this is the dashboard. If you remember in our slide, where is our slide? This is our slide. Yeah, I was talking about the backlog. I was talking about the backlog. So look at, we have to do, we have in progress, we have done. Now I can at the same time add my backlog right here. Or alternatively, look at this plus sign. I can come here and just create backlog. So how did I do that? Just click on plus sign, then backlog, then I just click it. So I have my backlog here. So of course, backlog can never stay here. So it has to come here. So this is the best place to put it. So the reason why I usually put backlog separately is because you see the task that I want to add, that I want to execute, or whatever problem that I'm trying to solve or create for or execute, they come into the to-do section. So let me just add something. I'm just going to create. So before I create, you see, create issues. It simply means you're creating task. So now I want to create a task. Let's say my task could be Jira. Now, the moment I, oh, sorry. My Jira has been created. So once you create it, you click enter. Okay, so what is calling my name? Let me know if you experience any challenge. So I will be happy to help. So once you create that, just create this and then click enter. Let's not open up this yet. We don't need to get there. Okay, someone said I should track back. Let me track back. Let's delete everything that we just created. Delete. Okay, I've tracked back. So I have to do, I have in progress, and I have done. Now I want to create a backlog. Now I can either put my backlog here or create another section for the backlog. So I can just see this plus sign here. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, click the Mr. J, click the Kanban templates. That Kanban, click on it. It will bring you to our dashboard. You just click on it. You can see the Kanban in your screen. The screenshot you sent to me now. Just click on Kanban. So once you click on Kanban, you would be able to get us here. And someone said I click on Kanban is not showing me what you have here. Can you do me a screenshot? Give me a screenshot. Let me see where you are. So I would know how to help. So I would explain the backlog section. That is where I would stop the whole practical teaching. Then I will still show us the mobile as well. So I'll come to the plus section. I'll create a backlog. Then I'll click on this sign to create my backlog. And now I'm going to bring my cursor around the backlog section. I want to drag it. This is the best place it has to be. Okay. Okay, Mr. J, I can see where you are. Look at use templates. Click on use templates. It will bring you to our dashboard. Click on use templates. Someone said it's showing me change. Someone said it's showing me change template on Kanban. You can click on change template. It will as well bring you to our dashboard. Mr. J, what version of this are you using? Okay, scroll down. You see, we are going for the team manage. Just scroll down. You see that select a team manage, click on it. I think that should be the last prompt you should get, and then it takes you to the dashboard. So just click on it. Okay, so I have my backlog. Now I want to create a task, also called an issue. So let me just put in something, create Jira, and I'll press enter on my keyboard. So I've been able to create this. So the moment I start, the moment this particular task starts, I would have to bring it here. So if peradventure I encounter a little problem along the line, you see this particular task becomes a backlog. So I wouldn't want to bring it back here. Why? Because there are possibilities whereby I've added some other to-do lists into this part here. And so I wouldn't want to, now let's say I have about 10 different tasks, that is issues already in this part. So I'm going to call it task for now, but by the time we go into the full practical, I would use the right terminology. So let's say I have about 10 tasks here, and this particular one was supposed to be here. I experienced a little issue, and then I had to bring it back here. Then I would have so many activities. So what I would just do is I'll bring the backlog here while I continue with this other issue. Then later I come back to execute this. Okay, sorry, should I click on use? Yes, click on use templates. Click on use templates. So that is one thing. I will still go through all of this in the practical section. So another thing you would want to do is you need to create a section for review. So just like the way you created the backlog section, then the review comes immediately after the in progress. So you need to review a task before it gets done. So some people prefer to just have to do in progress and then done. But for me, this is how my dashboard, this is how my Jira Kanban framework always look like. I have my backlog, I have my to-do, I have my in progress, I have my review, and then I have my done section. So that is how I used to split all of my 4 tasks. Let me just open down. Okay, someone asked a question. Do you manually move from one section to another? Yeah, it is a manual. It's a manual movement. You take your cursor, you drag it in, then you can just always move it from one end. So that I'm using just one particular task. That is why it looks a little bit like something. That is why it looks like it's something very, very easy. Imagine you now have over, for a particular solution, you could have hundreds of that to-do list. So it will be very, very helpful. Don't worry, by the time we go into practical, you would see how amazing we would be able to manage this. Okay, so for those of us experiencing any challenges, just let me know. So I want to move to the mobile. I want to show us, that is where I will, after the mobile, I'll start taking questions. Where is my mobile device? So I'm going to move into the mobile. So please, let's follow through. Okay, so I'm on my mobile section now. I want to share my screen again. Look at the time flies. So go to your browser. For those of us using the Apple products, iPhone people, it works as well. The same concept, not really different. So just install your Jira Cloud. I've been able to install mine, to install the Jira Cloud and open it. We already have an account. So if you are just coming in for the first time, you can sign up. Then, you can easily run through, you see what you have here. You can easily just create your profile here. But since we already have our own account, we're just going to log in. So it's very, very easy to use Jira on a mobile phone. Very, very easy. It's our pocket Jira. So can you see the Kanban framework that I just created? So I'm going to click on it. So look at the board, the backlog that I created. So if I just slide through, I'm just gonna have to keep sliding. Can you see? Slide through. These were all the tasks that I created. So let me. Someone said, I think I like the mobile app. Of course, you like the mobile app, but yeah, mobile usage is very, very great. So let me delete the review. I will delete the review. I'll delete all the tasks I created. Then I will just, let's delete backlog. So I'm deleting backlog. So I have only to do, I have the in progress and I have the done. So I can come here, can you see add column? So I can come here and then let's add a new column. Let's call it backlog, then add. So it's very, very easy to manage all your tasks. Let's add a new task. Follow up on the class activities. Then I'll just click this guy. Boom, my task has been created. So see, I can easily manage every of my activities from here. So let's try to move this guy. I decided not to remove. And this is the issue I used to have with the mobile. Okay, I think it's better now. Why was it taking a little bit? Okay, hold on. My to-do list is showing 1 to-do instead of 2. So I guess that was the reason why I couldn't carry this, but I could lift this and move it. And I think I can carry. I guess it was network issue because you see this. If you look at the to-do section here, look at this part here. You can see it shows 1. Okay, let me bring the Jira back. Bring the Jira back. I wanted to show. That it was network issue. The network was delaying a little bit. That was the reason why. Don't go now. Go back. Come back. I think one would enjoy using Jira on a tab to be so great because the screen size is very wide and it's just like a normal device to be so amazing to use. Okay, there are questions here. Is there a link between timeline and board activities? Yeah, there is always a connection between the timeline and the board activities. So you can create, normally if you create your Jira task, your timeline would also be created from everything that you can see. This is our Kanban project. We can easily do a summary of everything. I will go in details into all of this parts later. It's a later time because on the desktop screen, you could easily, the moment you create your to-do list, all of your activities falls into the roadmap. So I'll go deep into that details later. Okay, do I have any question? Okay, the mobile looks beautiful because mobile is dope. I can agree to that. Okay, so yeah, I was trying to do something. So alternatively, if you want to drag, let's say I want to drag the Teach Jira. So I'll click on it. I get a pop-up. You see this to-do section here? I can just click on it and then move it. So automatically it moves without having to drag it. It automatically moves itself into our section. That's decided not to remove. That is definitely going to be a network thing. Yeah, it's a network thing because it would, you can see, yeah, it's a network issue. I'm not getting distracted. I'm okay. Yeah, it's a network issue. It's supposed to move. So yeah, so that's so this is the mobile. It's so easy. So one major reason why I prefer, something that I didn't get that part. Which part exactly? Can you let me know? So one major reason why I enjoy the mobile is this particular section here. Look at my cursor on the screen. This notification. That's just the only reason why I love it. So the reason is once I set a task, the board I was trying to move has finally moved. It has even disappeared. Okay, it moved to backlog. Okay. I think one thing about an online software is it uses the internet. So if you're experiencing network issues, sometimes you're taking it to progress parts. What you just do is you touch and hold that task that you created, then you just drag it till you get to the place where you want it to be. So touch and hold, and then you drag you know, just touch, you touch and hold and then drag it. So I was talking about this part. So once I create a task like that, what I do is I easily set a timeline for every of my tasks. So try to set a timeline. I try to, put all the information there. So even if I want to assign a task to someone, if I have more than one person in my team, every activities that I do, there's a deadline, I get a notification, like a pop-up push notification on my device, which will be very, very easy for me to quickly monitor everything that is going on here. So it makes it very, very amazing. So the advantage, one major reason why I prefer to use Jira on the laptop, but the reason why I enjoy the mobile feature is sometimes I get so occupied and I won't even remember that I have some unfinished task on Jira. So in situations like that, the mobile helps me. So I would receive a notification about if a task is going to be due tomorrow, I would receive notification 24 hours earlier. So you're like, wow, I haven't even, so they get to notify me. But if you're on the laptop, they will send you an email. And not everybody even have the time to visit the email these days. So that is one of the major advantage of the Jira here. So for those of us who did not who haven't actually created a profile, you could consider using the mobile. So it's the same procedure, just follow through. Let's try and let's see if we have a free account that we can create. Okay, it's 7:30, time for question. Let's see. Oh, I already have an account on this as well. Okay, great. Well, it's the same process, the same procedure. Oh, nice. The same process, the same procedure, and it's very, very easy to use. Okay, so let's go back to the slide. So at this point, I believe I've been able to, make us understand a few things. I wouldn't go into details about Confluence yet, so I'm not going to, make the whole thing so complex for us. So do we have any question? Definitely, I expect questions. So even if the questions are going to be, they're going to involve practical approach. Okay, so let's see. Anybody with questions? Any question? Don't forget we haven't finished our slides, but our slides are just very, very short. So I've been able to cover the important sections in our Jira task. Let me do this. Hey, do we have any question? Or if anybody would like to show us a few things. Okay, someone said I got lost at the point of creating the task. Okay, let me know where I would be able to help. Okay. Okay, creating issues. Okay, if you want to create issues, all you just have to do is, come to the issue section, just click on plus and then type in the issues you want. So once you've been able to type that's all, it's very, 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 very straightforward. So, but we're going to have another session next week, Sunday, where we'll be able to go deeper into this, but in our next class is going to be more focused on dashboard itself. So we've been able to type after typing. Mr. J, are you on the mobile or on the laptop? The moment, if you're on the laptop, the moment you type in something, just click the enter button on your keyboard. It would automatically add it. Okay, someone is asking for the recorded video. Zoom would provide the recorded as soon as we end the class. Zoom will provide the recorded video in the next, let's say the next maximum of 10 minutes. So in the next 10 minutes, you would see the recorded version of it on the Zoom. Okay, for my BA students, my BA practical students, we are still having our 4th and 5th class. You know, our 4th and 5th class is for portfolio creation. So our class is still active and intact. We're definitely having that session, and it's very important. So the Jira continues next week, Sunday. So those are the 2 important sections. Okay, do we have any question or contribution, addition? I accept comments, I accept reviews. So after the class, I'm going to send a link to us. It's a Google Form link. So I would like to get our review. I know sometimes when I'm teaching, I'm always very fast. I know, but I would like to, I would like to get some reviews from you, and I would also like to get some, some comments on how we could improve. You can see that all of our classes we want to make sure we are able to serve you all better. Everybody wants to jack back, but if you want to jack back, you need to learn few tech skills. Very, very important. And there are a lot of tools out there that we need to get familiar with. So, and those are the tools that we're going to be learning. Yeah, so far, our president is, I don't want to say words. Okay, so do we have any question? Okay, so let's try. Okay, someone said, thank you so much for this. You're a good teacher. I know, I know. Thank you very much. Okay, so I will send a link after the class. Then I would, the link is just for review. There is a section in it where it talks about, okay, how do you feel about the class? Give us your, opinion. How do you feel about everything? So now, before and since there is no question, it means we're fully familiar and we fully understand it. I will send a slide and I will send the video in the next, immediately after the class, 10 minutes after the class, I'll send the video and the slide. So the reason why I created a new group is we have so many tools that we're going to be touching. So we will be coming together on Sundays like this. It doesn't have to be every Sundays. So normally our Jira class is supposed to be just tonight and that will be all, but we have a lot to still cover on Jira. So that is why we are going to have a second class. Our third class after Jira would be, we'll take a break on the 3rd Sunday. Our next class is going to be on, that will be last Sunday. That'll be 3rd Sunday. I don't know yet. I'll let us know. I'll let us know. So, after the 2 Jira classes, this is today and next week Sunday, we are going to have another class in on Miro. So I don't know if you heard of Miro. Miro is a brainstorming tool. For those in my BA class, we've been using Miro a lot, and I know I promise to teach you Miro. So we are going to learn Miro. So don't worry. How come I'm not pronouncing that out very well? Maybe because I'm Miro. So we are going to let Miro, and then there's something trending recently. The AIs, all those amazing AI tools that could do massive things for us. We are going to touch AIs. You see, our AI session is going to hold on August. Now, the reason we're going to run AI, we're going to run AI throughout the whole of August. Now, why? It's because we have so many AI tools, not even the ones that are even needed for tech people. Now, AI tools that are even needed for non-technical people. So there are a lot of AI tools that I've been seeing, and they're so amazing. I'm sure everyone knows of ChatGPT now. They are even way more advanced. I saw an AI tool a few days ago with my brother. We're just, we're just scrolling through Instagram, and then we saw one amazing AI tool. Now, what the AI tool does is it would help you advertise your product. So let me just give you an example of what I'm saying. So now this is Jumia. I'm sure we all know Jumia. So now let's say I own a product, or maybe for example, just for example, I want to sell something that looks like this. I want to sell this blender. Now I opened up this, you see, this is where we have the product image, we have the product title, then we have the price, we have the description. All I just have to do is I'll come to the top where I have the link of this particular page. I will copy the link and then paste it into the AI platform. And guess what the AI would do? It would convert this entire page into an advertising video for free, where you could actually, it will save you the stress of actually creating a video for a product. So there are so many amazing AI tools out there that we are going to really touch, So, and aside from AI tools, there are so many tools that we're going to touch. As far as tech is concerned, we have billions of tools. So, and I will be so happy to take 2 hours out of the Sundays to teach us all of these tools. It's indefinite. As far as our new president did not shut down internet in Nigeria, we will continue to have our class. Okay, someone asked a question. Please, how can one join the BA class? Okay, you can send me a DM later tonight after the class. So I would put you through. Yeah, okay, someone said most of them are paid products. Yeah, there are AI tools that are paid products. Now, what makes it very interesting is I also don't like anything paid. Not that I don't used to pay for things, I pay. I usually pay, but I don't, this is how I do it. Before I can actually pay for something, like for a tool now, not just anything, like before I can actually pay for a software, I'll make sure I spend hours looking for a free version. Now, if I can't find a free version, then I will go ahead and then, okay, let me just pay for it. You get. So Jira at some points wanted to charge me. My BA class can testify. They wanted to charge me over $500 a month for our class. And we couldn't use it. And since there was a free plan, why do we have to use it? So we just have to find a way. But I didn't think there was no other way. We wouldn't have a choice. So this is me saying that, of course, most of the AI tools are not free. But trust me, I took my time to look for free AI tool that could do the exact thing that we wanted to do. Don't worry. I have amazing free tools, but I'll definitely touch the premium section of it. I'll touch the premium classes. So don't worry. Okay, someone said, please, my network went off. Oh, should I name a project? You need to name the project on the mobile app. So if you name the project, it makes it very easy for the platform to help you, store and collect the information and identify, help you keep track of all of your activities. So let me know, since the class is about to end, just let me know if you are able to just try it. I'm still very much active online, so in case you experience any issue. So if you experience any issue and after the class, maybe you want to try and reach out to me, you can either, I'll open the group section for tonight. In case you experience any issue, I'll be active online. So let's talk. And what would make it very easy for me to fully understand the challenges that you encounter while trying to access Jira is when you do me a screenshot. So if you do me a screenshot, I would know exactly where you are and I'll be able to help. Okay, something Jesus is Lord. Can't wait to see that. Oh, don't worry, they are amazing AI tools, and we have so many tools that are going to love. Either as a tech person or as a non-technical person, you are going to enjoy it. AI tools are so sweet. My issue is that the new ones keep coming and it's tough to keep up. There are a lot of AI tools out there now. So there was this saying that someone said AI would not take our job, but people with the AI skills, that is people who actually know how to use those tools, will be the ones to take our job, because they're like advanced tools. There are so many tools out there. There are a lot of AI tools. Of course, we can't cover through everything, but we'll only focus on the most important tool. Someone said, what is the name of the AI tool you just talked about? The one I talked about is, let me confirm. I've forgotten the name. Let me confirm. But there are two different kinds. But I would need to Okay. Oh, lucky me. Lucky you, sir. Oh, ma, I found it. Okay, the name of the AI tool is Oxolo. But I think Oxolo is not a free, it's not free. Oxolo is not free. Or there is a free version of Oxolo. I have not been able to I can't remember the link, but I'll look for it. So this is Oxolo. OXO. Hello. Let me send the link to the group. This was the, so you could just check it out. You could just check it out. This is Oxolo. Oxolo is not free, but you can easily, create a tool, use what you want for free. For free. So this is it, and it's so amazing. Now, you see, one major challenge is why I think Oxolo would charge maybe $5 or $10 to actually download the video. So what happened? What happened is we have so many tools out there, and we Nigerians we can't actually, not that we can't afford the dollar, but when you look at $10, like convert it to naira, it's quite a lot of, it's something, So that is why I'm just like imploring us, for those of us that are interested in tech, please let's take it, let's take it serious, because at some point we might have to start building up our own tools where we would have to be charging in naira. Be careful to charge in naira so that we can so that we can enjoy this. Okay, someone said, okay, I've named it. Do I see board timeline settings then to do? Yeah, once you've been able to name it, you can go ahead and create the profile. So what you can do is just do me a screenshot of of anything you are experiencing. You can send it to me on WhatsApp. So I'll be happy to put it through. So this is the Oxolo tool. You can check it out. Now, like I said, majority of these things are paid, but we have a lot of free version of some of these tools. So, if we in Nigeria could actually, the reason even if I build a tool like this, I can't actually charge in naira. I will charge in dollars. But you're right, we'll definitely find a way to work around it. $10 actually seems like a little harsh to those people over there. But I wouldn't mind. So far, too well. I think it's worth it actually. So far, too well. Let's look at their pricing. Your ad would actually convert. It's always great to spend something. Okay, let's go monthly. Basic 10, I saw 10M. I was like, is it, you mean 10 million? Yeah, so this is it. So this is a 15 credits per month. So you can see this is it. But I think I have already seen an alternative to this that is a little bit free. I would check. So by the time we start the AI class, we would have a taste of so many AI tools. So this is part of the tools that we're going to talk about. Another tool that we're going to talk about is Lucid Charts. Lucid Chart is more of a diagram, flow chart, structure tools, which is very, 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 very useful. So we are going to fully learn it. Don't worry. So like I said, there are so many tools that we're going to learn. So do we have any question or contributions? Okay. In the absence of none, so for those of us still experiencing, I'm going to open the group right now. So those of us experiencing any challenges, just drop me updates. So please, we are all we are all adults. So please, I wouldn't like when Jesus entered the temple of God and he saw a lot of people buying and selling. So he had to get upset. He got upset and then he had to like push all of them out. So let's not do that to ourselves. But it's fine if you want to, if you're going to share. One thing I'm going to be sharing in the group, I'm going to share job and training opportunities on the group like almost every day. So the group is going to be fully active, like fully active. Okay, so I've opened the group for all participants. So please, I would appreciate if you send me a review, send me a comment, talk to me, let me know how you feel. Am I too fast? Is my class boring? Because I would love to improve. I really want to improve. I love to teach. teaching is my calling. Yeah, teaching is my calling. I love to teach. As much as I love to sit down and start building softwares, I love to actually teach. So teaching is my hobby. So please, I love to improve. I like to improve. Don't worry, even if you insult me, I don't get upset. I'll just be laughing. No, it's so sweet. Okay. Okay, someone has actually messaged me. Okay, so I'm going to send the link to, I'll drop it in the group right now. So please, I would love your comments. I love your comments and your feedback. I highly appreciate it. Okay, thank you very much for tonight. I'm very sure we all enjoyed the class. We all enjoyed every activity. So thank you very much tonight, and have an amazing night. And I pray for us that this new week and this new month would definitely favor us. For those of us that are looking forward to jackpot, or things are already working out, and for those of us that are looking for jobs, for those of us trying to move into tech, you have me. Don't worry. Things are going to work out for us this month, and success will continue to be our portion in Jesus' name. I'm partially a pastor. So thank you very much for tonight. Have an amazing night rest. Thank you, 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 thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, we're gonna do this one. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me end the recording so I can, so Zoom would be able to process